Our adventurers find themselves in a cave after recent skirmish with goblins. We made enough noise that others were on the way, heading in our direction. Viz ran further into the cave by the water dam, and he found goblins coming to greet him. Nietzsche stepped in to assist and immediately killed one of the goblins with a crossbow bolt. Two more came down the stairs in the area with Viz. Moonbeam comes rushing in and attacks with his maul. Fred comes walking in and says, "Not friends," and casts Toll the Dead. Casimir is still deeply hurt, but joins in the fray and throws his javelin and kills another goblin. We hear a loud horn and a dog barking in a distance. Kia steps up, uses his Ray of Frost, and freezes another goblin. The loud roar becomes in the focus. We see a big bugbear with a morning star and his pet wolf. "Clarg angry. Clarg going to crush you." Fred comes in and swaps positions with Viz, using his two-handed warhammer, and hits Clog right in the face. Clarg, the so-called Goblin King, yells, "Ripper, come eat cat." We eventually vanquish the king with a kill shot of a light crossbow bolt to his head. Plus his pet wolf, Ripper, is destroyed. We find Clarg's lair and the items stolen from the road thievery, including 1,700 copper pieces, 150 silver pieces, and 2 potions of healing. Tired, hungry, and hurt, our team decide to continue on and explore the cave. Onward, our party traveled deeper over the rope bridge and into the caverns. We encountered another group of goblins, and from there, it ended up being a major cluster on our part. In short, Viz and Moonbeam died heroically. Casimir, Nietzsche, and Fred have near-death experiences. Kia tries to flee and eventually falls to a goblin. Fred miraculously recovers and chooses to save Nietzsche over healing himself with the potion. Kia also revives himself and kills the goblin, and one by one the rest of the goblins fall to those still alive. We find Sildur Hallwinter tied up and captive. Gundren is still lost. We head down to town to get provisions, mourn our lost comrades, return loot, and hear several rumors as we are lodged in Stonehill Inn.
All right, thank you very much for the recap.
Beautiful.
All right, is Fred your next recapper?
No.
Too late.
Shit.
Handle it.
No.
Gonna be like a 2-word recap. Right. Fine.
Bread don't remember.
All right. Do you guys
Wait, Fred was recap?
What would you like to do, guys?
One thing I needed to point out, as well as buying a set of studded leather, I also bought a rapier. I forgot to mention that.
Sure.
So just to clarify, when we left off, 2 of you were at the Lion Shield Foster, and the others were kind of hanging around town still. Is that right?
Yes, I believe Nietzsche was still eating.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm waiting outside, I think.
Correct. And who was there in the Lion Shield? This is Casimir. Who was in the Lion Shield coaster with me?
Kai. Kai and Fred's together with this Lion Shield coaster. I don't think you're here.
Oh, I said, sorry, I didn't mean Kia, I meant Kai. Sorry.
And the lady...
I just stay outside.
I'll make sure my supplies are stocked, like rations and stuff like that. And then I'll head back to the inn.
Okay.
I think we should tell the woman that is running the Lion's Head Costa that there are the goblins have been stealing the stuff and holding it in the cave. I think she ought to know that information.
I think that was relayed last time.
No, it was not through her. We had discussed it, but I don't think it was relayed to her.
Sounds good.
I don't mind coming into the Lionhead Costa, get that word at some point. Costa to talk to her, I don't mind, because I have some business over there anyway. So I'll make my way over to the Lionhead Costa.
I will join you.
Yeah, I will. I'll pretend I went with you when I went to buy my stuff, so we can all be together.
Perfect. Well, then when you walk in, I'll just say, good morning, miss. How are you this morning? To Liliana.
As she looks at you again. Not bad, not bad. You've come again for some more supplies? Have you?
Well, we come for some more supplies, but also there's some information that we have come across in our travels that you might be privy to. We're aware that there have been some things that have been stolen from your shop. Is that true?
Well, not stolen from our shop, but we haven't received our delivery. It's about 2 weeks. 2 weeks late.
Well, we believe that the goblins have been stealing whatever deliveries you have been expecting, and they're actually holding them in a cave not far from here.
How do you know this? She kind of eyes you.
Because we have a bag of rice as proof with your icon on it.
And a bunch of dead goblins.
Well, why did you not tell me sooner?
Well, the dead
I think we
goblins
just
or
did,
us?
didn't we?
Well, you weren't here before.
Sorry, we were just, we lost a couple people when we were down there in that cave with those goblins, so that was probably what was on our minds. We apologize for not telling you sooner, but we did want to make sure that you knew, because obviously this was going to be very important to you.
And the town.
And we wanted to help you if we could, at least by giving you this information.
Do you know the location? As she has a map out.
We do know the location, and on the map I'll point to where that cave was roughly.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head back to the town master and see if maybe I can get some guards to help me out on retrieving it. Maybe potentially an oxen wagon from Barthen's Provisions. Thank you kindly for your help here. If once we have our supplies back, I'll be sure to have you come by for, well, a little gift once we have our supplies back.
Absolutely, but before you go, we do have one more question for you. We heard a rumor of some thugs that are here in town. We wondered if you knew anything about those.
The Red Brands, they call them. They're a bunch of gang members. They came into our beloved Phandelver about a month ago, and they seem to be sticking around here, causing trouble and mayhem. Everybody here's had enough of them. A lot of them hang out around the Sleeping Giant, causing issues over there, as well as most of them stay in the Tresent Manor. It's a manor that has been rebuilt and destroyed multiple times over the last few centuries.
That seems very disturbing. Do you know, do they have some kind of, is there a person here that seems to be their leader, or someone that they seem to follow, or someone that gives them orders?
I believe so. I haven't seen them, though. They don't seem to come out. They tend to have their thugs do their work.
How many are there that you've seen?
A few dozen?
How do we tell them apart from everybody else?
They red. Well, their name's Red Brand for a reason. They wear red bandanas and, well, they look very thuggish. They have these bandanas that kind of insignia them around their faces, like bandits.
Perfect. You said they came in about a month ago, and you don't know where they're from?
Nope. But it seems the Master Harbin Westler seems okay with it for the time being, but I feel like he has much more hidden to tell, honestly.
I'm sorry, can you say that last part one more time? I didn't quite catch that.
Harbin Westler, the town mayor, he's been keeping kind of hush-hush. He hasn't really left his hall very much these days since they came in. I don't know. I feel like they've been bribing him or something to keep him, keep his lips sealed or something like that.
Has the mayor been dealing with shady business here in town? Do you know?
Well, he hasn't really been doing much of late.
I'll just give my comrades a look of bewilderment. That seems very interesting indeed. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the information. We appreciate you helping us.
While I'm here, I'd like to grab some crossbow bolts if you have any.
All right. She'll charge you a gold piece for the quivers of 20.
I'll take 2.
You want 2 sets?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 gold pieces, you get 40 bolts.
That sounds good.
And I would like to buy 4 javelins if you have them.
Certainly, as they take out some javelins. They're, I think, like a 5 silver each.
Perfect. So it's 20 silver. Oh, thank you.
And do you have food provisions here or no?
Of course.
All right, I'll take a week's worth. Just standard provisions.
So 10 days worth of.
Yes.
So that'll be 5 gold, I believe.
All right. I'll take that off my list. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do you by chance know where I can go to get some weapons, particularly these weapons, these javelins, and my my sword, perhaps engraved? Is there a place here in town where I could maybe do that?
Engraved? What do you mean, like? She's
Like,
confused.
like, is there a smith worker here in town where I can go?
Yeah, there's a smithy here. He tends to be on the grumpy side. He tends to, well, he enjoys his own work, not others.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And then Casimir is going to leave the caster.
Okay. Anybody else want to buy anything?
All right, I got my stuff. I think it's time to go back and talk to everybody else, huh?
Yes. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
You're missing somebody besides Skelly? Only 5.
Oh, we are. Henkel isn't here. I was waiting for Henkel to say something because I'm attached to him.
He's probably late.
Whoops.
I'm here. I didn't log on to the actual website because I didn't.
Oh, okay. I just used your name there.
No, I'm in the Discord. Yes.
Oh no,
sorry.
I'm just
Well,
saying
they
there's
weren't
only
with us,
there's only
right.
5 people in the Discord, so I'm just wondering.
Oh, I'm in the Discord.
It's your
Yeah.
your friend's not here. That's what.
Oh,
He
gotcha.
was. He was just talking,
No.
right?
No,
Did
Nietzsche's
What
here.
no the other one.
Casimir.
Casimir is not here.
Oh, sorry. He's just sitting next to me.
Oh, I thought he was in
Yeah,
the
I was
Discord.
like-
I forgot they're both here in the Discord. Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Well,
I keep
I-
forgetting.
I was like,
update my-
I thought we just heard Casimir.
oh yeah.
Did we
I
just-
just forget. I forget they have
I was like, wait.
Mind blown.
I promise Casimir is not an imposter.
I'll change my thingy to.
How do we know the two separate people and not like somebody with schizophrenia?
Ooh,
Stop.
possible.
I'm a paladin, mind you. About to take the oath of glory. I think if anything else, you could trust my word.
Fair enough.
For now.
Yeah, sorry, I am here. I was just waiting for them to. If they all left the inn, and I'm just tinkering at breakfast. I wasn't sure how. I thought you had an idea. Sorry, on
No
how you
we
want.
had actually discussed it, so don't sweat. We'll just see what happens.
We'll wing it. Yep. The next time we see them, you can wander by them. I'll chase after you.
All right. As we have a new individual, new into, I guess you guys never introduced the other character, right?
No.
All right, yeah. So there's another one in there, obviously, in the tavern this morning, and they found themselves rather taking a seat
She was under the table.
the entire time. They're drinking oil at the moment. I'm joking.
So are we switching back to the? Where are we focusing right now?
I'm not too sure.
I'm heading back to the inn where everybody else is at.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
now we headed back to the inn. Sorry.
And Casimir's headed to the smithy.
If you don't mind, Pencil, I think Epsilon will kind of come out from beneath the table and just kind of smile up at you. She's a small, a small, like, I don't know how to describe her. She's kind of robed in like a pinkish red, like furred pajama set, kind of like a little traveler's robe, and with a cap. And she, bright, big green lens eyes with a little prismatic, it shifts colors a bit. And she's just going to do that little grin up at you that she kind of, I think you've understood, like, this is her smile. And she'll just say, Penco, I have finished hemming your jacket. It is bright as rain, as you like to say.
Oh, fantastic! This is great. I actually had forgotten we were here. I got so absorbed making my a fire starter this morning. So see, look, flame right out of nowhere. This is so great.
Yes,
Well,
you are brilliant.
That is so kind of you to say. I wish it were more true, and I wish more people would listen to you when you said it. Well, I guess we're here in town. We should get started on our day.
Gundren hasn't arrived.
Well, we'll have to go and look and find Gundren, this Gundren person, and see if indeed we can find some work. So, I'll look around randomly around the bar area, realize that the whole group of people that were there have already all left. I guess only the staff is still there. Is that correct, Red?
Penco,
Sorry,
there was. Go ahead.
Sorry, what are you talking about? Who's still there?
Is anybody still else in the tavern?
Yes.
Your entire party
just-
is, yes.
Oh, they've come
No.
back in.
Yeah, we
Except for
came
one.
back in.
Except for one person. They decided to go to the smithy.
Okay.
Penco, there were some adventurers, some travelers that came in earlier. Perhaps they have news? Gundren was last seen in Neverwinter, and we were told that he was headed here.
That seems fine. Hey, look, they're coming in now. Is that them? They look. They don't
do
look like locals. Hello, pardon me. Not so young gnome will make his way over to the party. Whoever walks in the door first. Hey, Hi. Well, welcome. Do any of you happen to be Gundren Roxier?
Be what?
Gundren Roxier. Is that you? No, you don't look like a dwarf.
He is not here.
Oh. I'll
He
look
is
crestfallen.
missing.
He's
I'll look extra crestfallen. Really? I was really so hoping to meet him. Really?
He was traveling with another fellow companion, and we found the one, but Gundren is currently still out and about and unaccounted for.
Though probably under
Oh, that's
control
awful.
of the goblins.
That's even worse. Well, I don't know what to do now. Epsilon.
Yes?
We were. How are we supposed to get a job now if we don't know where their employer is?
Do not panic.
Oh,
Do not panic, Pinkle. Remember, and she'll just kind of place her hands on your shoulders. Remember, these nice gentlemen have just told us that Gundren's friend survived and is here, and he will know what to do.
Oh? You're right. You're right. No, you're right. Probably a
Kind
great
travel.
idea.
Yes, you should probably ask them where he can be found.
Do we know where he can be found?
Ildar? Yeah, he
town-
told you he'd be at the Town Master's Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
He went there. He left you guys at Stonehill Inn and told you to meet him the next day.
We're going to be heading over to the Town Master's Hall where you could find this individual, Sildar Hallwinter. And you could join us as we go over.
That'll be great. That's fantastic, actually. The gnome looks very relieved.
What kind of job are you looking for, by the way, from this Gundar?
Oh, I'm a cartographer by trade, and I recently we, not I, we, and I'll point to include my gnome-ish-esque friend. We recently arrived in town and thought maybe we could. The town does not have a photographer guild. We were sent here to actually set one up, get a job from him, see if there's something that can be done. I'm not exactly sure. The details were really fuzzy.
Pinkle, we should keep that quiet for now. Remember, we have heard that there are thugs and ruffians that are harassing businesses locally. If you were to set up a guild right now, they would harass you likely.
I don't think these look like the thugs and ruffians.
Oh no, I just meant maybe
Pinkle will peer closely at them all individually. Oh, except for maybe that one. Right there. He looks rough. He points randomly at Fred.
That's not random.
He points randomly at a certain person he's pointing at.
Well, I had to say he looks ruffian.
I will say that you don't notice anybody in the Stonehill Inn that's kind of like a red brand. It looks like they have their own kind of joint to drink and do whatever they want. As likely they tried to do it in Stonehill Inn, as they were obviously banned from it due to the rough.
Just for clarification, we are currently in the Stonehill Inn?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Sleeping Giant is their turf.
But this is also the same place that other person will be as well?
Sorry?
What?
Town Master's Hall is where the other person
Oh,
is.
Town Master's Hall. Right. Never mind. Sorry.
We will follow our new friends. Perhaps you should introduce yourself, Pinkle.
Why? Excellent. I am Pinkle Lightwizzle. This is my friend Epsilon. And do you mind if we follow you all, accompany you to the Town Master's Hall?
I look around at the party members.
I give a
Gonna
shrug.
shrug my shoulders.
I shrug as well. I'm just like.
They're going in the
mean-
same direction as us. I don't see a reason why not. We are waiting on one of our other party members to come back, though, first.
And a
You should be
cartographer
good.
could always help. You know?
Agreed.
Henkel is very wise and very observant. I think he will do well with anyone.
Well, what about you then?
I think she will just stare up at you.
Epsilon is.
What are you going to bring to the party?
Oh, I am Henkel's assistant.
Okay.
Epsilon is very wise for noticing how wise I am, so she has that. She's incredibly smart, incredibly noticeable, and he will just feel happier around her. At least I do.
I would also defend you from the ruffians, Henkel. And she just does that smile. So,
Word is good.
So what brings you all to town? If we're gonna wait and we have some time, I'll go and grab our gear. If we want, if we're gonna leave, or I guess we're staying here. I don't know. We're just in town, right? Don't need gear.
yes, but we were looking for Gundren Rockseeker, who is now, we learn, missing. So we are going to speak to his friend and see how we can help. Also, if Henkel wishes to open a cartographer's guild, we would likely need to absolve the city of the ruffians so that he is not improperly taxed.
I like the sound of that. Definitely not want to pay taxes. Definitely not want to pay taxes. But why did you all? I'm sorry, I missed your names again. If you gave them,
They
he
did
peers
not
up at everybody.
Hello, I'm Nietzsche. As you can tell, I'm an elf, and a little bit of a fighter background.
I'm Fred McTard.
Fred
He's not-
McDead.
Fred's
named.
the
Fred
doctor.
McTard.
Well met, indeed. You look sprightly.
Very tall as well. I hope that comes as a compliment from us who are both very small.
I think everybody looks tall to us, so I usually just don't comment on that.
I will remember that.
Shall we head over to the Townmaster's Hall? See if Gandharan's friend is there?
Has Casimir returned yet? We were
No.
waiting on Casimir.
No, he's going there now. So as you arrive to the smithy, Casimir, you do see obviously kind of a female dwarf hammering away upon some freshly steel. As looks like she's carving it into a scimitar of some sorts. As you hear the clinking, clanging, as she looks towards you. What can I help you with?
Casimir is going to walk into the smithy, looking rather downtrodden and just I won't say sad, just melancholy, very lack of affect on his face, very stern. And he is just going to say to this person, I would like to know if you would be able to perhaps engrave some weapons for me. We've lost some comrades along the way on our journey here, one of which was very dear to me. And it's very important to me that we honor their legacy, and I was wondering if you could maybe engrave my weapons.
I could engrave it for sure, but depending if you have the coin.
Well, let's see. Yes, I mean, I do have money for you, and you can see how much
It'll
it's going
be
to
2
cost.
gold pieces per weapon.
2 gold pieces per weapon. Perfect. I do have that to give you. I would like if you could please do this for me, and I'm going to hand her the 5 javelins.
Oh, I don't do javelins. I only do metal.
Is there anything then that you could perhaps put onto these javelins? Some kind of plate of some kind.
Not that I can do. That's beyond my skill level. There is a little bit of metal on the tip, but it might be ruined. A few tosses at things might ruin the branding on it. I was expecting a shield, maybe a sword, or even some armor. That's easier enough to do.
Thank you. I have a rapier here for you. And I would like you to please etch these 3 letters into this rapier, if you wouldn't mind. If you could please etch the letters all uppercase.
I'll etch it on the handle if that's fine. I don't want to ruin the blade. I might weaken it.
Perfect. That is perfectly fine, thank you. I would like you to please etch the letters. Actually, just 2 letters. Just V-E.
Alright.
No matter we all. How soon can you have this done?
Oh, I have a couple things to do, but within the 24 hours.
Perfect, thank you. Do I pay you now, or do I pay you once?
You'll pay me once it's done. You'll have to obviously look at it, of course.
Perfect, thank you.
Because they're keeping your weapons, so.
Absolutely, and this is going to cost 1 or 2 gold pieces.
2 gold
correct?
pieces per engravement.
Perfect. So since I am not you're not doing the other weapons, then would you be able to possibly take another 2 gold pieces to melt them down to use for the engraving?
Oh, that's fine. I don't need to use your coin. Depending if you want me to melt your coin gold into the engravement, that's fine. But we usually use the scrap metal we have around here to melt it.
I would prefer the gold pieces I will give you.
So you want gold to be engraved into it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is that all you want?
Yes, that is all I want.
Alright, well, it should be done probably around the afternoon tomorrow.
Perfect, thank you.
She goes back to carving this weapon into some art. She does her own art, of course. She doesn't sell magical weapons or anything like that, but she does make armor and weapons.
I'll just nod my head, and then I'll exit out and head to the Town Master's Hall.
Huh?
Or to the inn, I'm sorry.
Alright. You bump into the individuals just getting out of the Stonehill Inn as you realize they're on the move.
Hey, we found some new friends. They're joining us to the town hall.
I'm just going to continue walking quietly. Not necessarily trying to be rude, but not really acknowledging that there are 2 new people joining us.
Cool. But, never mind. I see you're busy. It's fine. Go ahead. Continue on your way.
So take your hand, and she will Just watch Casimir, but not say anything.
Take my hand.
No, Penkles.
Excellent. So how do you all know this this individual? This that we're going to meet? You said you met him, and he knew that Gudrun was missing?
They called him Sildar Hallwinter.
Well, we were hired to meet them on the way to Phandelver to help deliver supplies.
Ah, Penkle. If we had arrived in Neverwinter earlier, perhaps we would be traveling with them already.
Just missed it. Just missed it. Just our luck. Always the way.
Well, it sounds like they had some trouble, so perhaps we were lucky.
Indeed,
Well-
you may well have been. We did not come out of that encounter unscathed.
I see.
No?
That is for
Look around.
sure. Those goblins were pretty bad.
You goblins. Shudder. Actually.
You guys eventually arrive towards the Townmaster's Hall in Phandelver, and has no real functioning of government, but the village elects a Townmaster each year. The Townmaster serves as a judge in the minor disputes, keeping important records. As you know, Harbin Wessler is currently the individual here that is running for, it seems, for a while now, as no one seems to run up against him. As it seems fit, as you come towards this rather big, kind of two-story building, you can kind of see that this place is also serviceable for jail cells as well.
Well, is it populated, or is there anyone present?
Oh, you can go to the building.
Well, we will do that. Whoops.
Which building is it from the map?
Oh, we're in a map.
You're on a map.
It's this one over here.
Yeah,
It's
it's only big
oh,
one.
So what is this building beside us?
It's just, it looks like just like someone's house.
Ah, I see. Well, follow Penkle.
oh, I'll go right up to the door. Sorry. I was just got a graphic notice that says my browser is unsupported, and so it's only showing me half of the map. So I think I'm gonna have to switch browsers. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Weird. Odd.
Yeah, they probably
I've never had that before. Yeah, I guess they did. All right.
As we approach the door, I think Epsilon will do her little thing where she'll kind of get behind Penkle and kind of rub his shoulders a little and say, "All right, Penkle, you can do this," and cast guidance on him.
Feeling more confident already.
Fred will stay outside. Fred's not good with people.
We'll just walk right up and knock on the door.
A guard opens it. What's your business here?
We're here to see Sildar Harwinter.
Sildar
expecting it.
Winter. He should be upstairs. You can wait in the lobby for the time being until I find him for you.
Great. Tinkle just starts right around him.
Much appreciated, sir.
Oh, wow. I'm going to check out the architecture and the interior design. Well constructed, solidly built. Oh, totally like those beams over there. Well cut. Nice solid building.
Are we all able
Climb
to
into a chair and sit. Swing my legs back and forth.
Oh, I think I went the wrong way.
It's fine. You do see an individual as you walk past, as you do see this rather pompous individual looking at some papers and counting coin.
Yes. Good day, and turn around.
If he knows you.
Where did I go? Maybe I was going that way. And when we say lobby,
The lobby's
Where?
here.
oh, gotcha.
Up here is where Harbin Wessler, he does all his paperwork,
Nice.
all that, and he's got his like 2 lackeys writing paperwork as well. As over here is the jail cells that lead in the basement.
And to my friends.
Over here,
and
here's
go
their
off.
booth. As after a good 10 minutes of waiting, you eventually see a guard eventually arrive back. As you do, he looks at you. The individual you saw fit towards Sildar Hallwinter will have you upstairs, actually. He seems fit to have more of a private conversation with you all. This way.
Okay.
Just
Sure.
go straight and hang a left and go up the stairs, and you will eventually find the individual you seek.
Fantastic. Excellent.
Thank you.
Hop up off the chair. Power off my way up there.
The doors are, you can activate them just by clicking them on and just opening them.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Some people get stuck
I might
in
stand
them.
there. I might stand there and play with the doors for a couple minutes.
Alright.
Somebody might have to bump me.
Oops, I stretched you. Alright.
Well,
As you start climbing up the steps. Assuming Casimir's not coming with, he's waiting in the lobby.
okay.
I assume he's coming.
Okay.
Oh, you just haven't figured this out yet.
Fred's the only one staying behind.
Yeah.
What? Come on. Check out these doors. Amazing.
Well, well, well. It's a pleasure to meet you all again, as he's all suited up in armor again, with his sword and shield. As he has the insignia of the Lord Alliance, of red flag with kind of a banner. As he looks towards you. What can I help you with? Glad you're all safe and sound. Who are these individuals? These are new comrades. I'm assuming you recruited some more individuals for your future endeavors, as he looks at you, Kai.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They just happen to be, looking for Gundarn as well to do work. Apparently they had some kind of agreement. Know anything about that?
Oh, no, not
Photographer?
an agreement per se, but an opportunity I heard existed just to. It's a shame you guys can't see me because I am waving my hands all around like I'm actually talking to you. But I've now realized that none of you can see that, so.
Sorry, I forgot to put your token on the map.
It did it again. It only loaded in half. Okay, that's
Yes.
weird.
Mr. Hallwinder, lovely to meet you. We are looking for Gundren and understand that he is currently missing.
Yes. He was missing, he was with me along the journey as these adventurers helped me out in a rather crucial moment of my utter death. But they seemed fit to help me out out of a bad situation. I don't know where they brought Gundren, but I feel like there's a place that I overheard them talk about. I'm not too sure where this Cragmar castle is, but I'm assuming that is where they probably have taken him. As the Rockseeker brothers were looking for a lost mine, a mine called the Wave Echo Cave. But if you are interested in potentially pursuing my friend, and assuming you fit that, you figure out a case on this missing individual, I'd offer to help you out with quite a handsome coin, a reward of finding this location of the Cragmaw Castle, of course, and defeating and driving off the bandits, whoever has taken him.
All of this in search of Gundren.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of look at some of the other party members and just say, don't you feel we've already lost enough in search of this person?
I'm willing to pay about 500 gold pieces.
What?
Plus, he is technically... We are employed. We did fail our duty.
I would be willing to help find this to find Mr. Roxier, definitely. And did you say the lost mines in Echo Cave? That sounds. Can I do a history check or something?
Sure.
To see if I've ever heard.
You can roll advantage on it. It is kind of a known well story around the town citizens. You've never seen it before, but it's rumored that that is where how Phandelver became a great city before it turned into kind of a smaller village. Over the last few centuries, it was a place where magic could be created there. It had such a profound ability of magic there that you could craft magical items from the rock and minerals from there. But it has been lost ever since. No one has seen it or heard of it in the last 500 years. Until now, the Rockseeker brothers have found the location, but now they have all gone missing.
Well, I'll volunteer some of that information. Oh, the mine! Oh, the foundering of Phandelver! Of course. And they might know where it is? Huh. That's really interesting. It is a shame they're missing. Oh, well.
Yes, Penko, it sounds like... How do you say it? We can... I don't like the expression, but we can care for two birds with one stone. If we find Gundren, it sounds like he is also involved in being a victim of banditry. There are bandits in town and marauders on the road. It sounds like perhaps there are connections we may draw. Is that logical?
I think that does make a lot of sense. Well done! Pats her on the head. So proud of you. It's so great. Indeed. Marvelous. Marvelous feature.
Only because of yourself.
I also have another quest as well, if you're rather interested. I've mentioned this before. I am still looking for Leonardo Elbrick, a friend of mine in the Lord Alliance. He's rather been disappeared of late. He was exploring the area of the Tresed Manor about 2 months ago, when he shortly arrived in Phandelver before I did. I wonder if you could investigate the manor and the surrounding areas and maybe potentially find him if he's alive or dead. He's rather described as short, a dark-bearded human wizard in his 30s. If you could find him or get any information or potentially any insight, I'm willing to pay 200 gold pieces, as well as eliminating the red brand threat that resides within the city. Would be much obliged to most of the people here that dwell here.
What was his name again?
I'll give you the name.
We heard that the red brands, that there seems to be quite a lot of them. Do you know how many that are in town?
I just recently arrived back. I have not seen as many, but I know there's quite a bit of them in the Sleeping Giant. They've kind of claimed that as their tavern for the time being. But from what I can tell, it sounds like there could be a dozen or so. But they're a bunch of hooligans, if anything. Street rats.
Have they injured or killed anybody yet?
They haven't killed anybody, but they have injured people, and I've heard some information they have kidnapped some individuals as well.
We heard rumors of other people getting kidnapped. Perhaps they're the one and the same.
I know it's asking a lot from you individuals. I know you've only come here to see Rockseeker, but if you can help around the town, the people will be much highly obliged for your services and help, and could be potentially help you pay some bills if necessary upon your future endeavors.
You know anything about a woodcarver that was murdered?
I've recently just heard of that when I arrived back into the town hall, looking over the amount of notes and research of wanted posters.
I believe his name was Thalen. Do you know perhaps why they would want to have murdered him?
Assuming he didn't pay the wages, some of them seem to rather bully people. Might have been an accident. Might have not been an accident.
Henkel, this is exactly what I meant when I said we should wait to open their cartography guild here. We should take care of this problem first.
There's a lot of eager people willing to seek some help. If you wish, you can always ask around and see what other people have to say. They might have an interesting quest for you, potentially even a serviceable payment plan, or even something more intriguing. I would highly suggest looking around the town if you're new around here and asking people what's going on and get every information, every ounce before you decide to take your fate in the manor.
Well, there seems to be many missing people. It sounds like reconnaissance is likely the most efficient means of finding anyone. I will compile a list for you. For us, I apologize.
And I'm thinking the Sleeping Giant is probably where we're going to have to go first.
So, guys, I have a quest log for you. If you want to put the quests in the tab in the Roll20, you're welcome to put it there.
I would be glad to do that.
Nice.
Because I know a lot of people ask, like, what quest are we on? As everybody keeps a track on their own computer, I get it, but if you're not here, then it's probably easier to have it conjointed as a team.
We are currently within the home and or civic building of the town master. Perhaps we should find out what he has been doing to protect his town. Since it is
he laughs at that suggestion. I wish you luck with Haben Wessler. He's rather not particularly the brightest individual or the smartest. I am surprised he's even running again for next year.
Running? Is he elected every year then?
From what I can tell, he's been elected for the last 3 years.
But he does not help his people.
Not too much. He's much of a noble twat, if anything.
We should investigate this, Pinkle.
I would have run for mayor myself, but I have too much stuff on my list to do for the time being, especially for now. But he might be interesting to talk to. He might have some informational insight.
I will follow your lead, Pinkle. I am at your disposal.
Alright.
There's so much going on in this town. Like, my goodness. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Think of it as building a machine, Pinkle. You must start at one piece, a foundation, and build from there. Like you recently got your fire starter to work. Just today. You've been working on it for quite a while.
Oh, I just don't think I could do it by myself. Unless you all... Did I intuit that some of you might be interested in some of those? Although it sounded like... Pointing at Casimir, some of you may not be as interested. But if you were going to go and do one of those tasks, perhaps we start with one of those small ones, as suggested. We could go and talk to Mr. Wexler and see, or perhaps he sounds kind of useless to talk to. We could go... I kind of hate to go confront the Battens head on. That seems rather brash and outside my expertise. I'll look expectantly at anybody else. Ideas?
I don't think that anything is outside of your expertise, Pinkle.
Do have a penchant for trouble. Okay, so
I'll
character
agree
sheet
with-
works.
I'll agree
Graphics
with...
still don't work.
What did you say your name was? I'm sorry.
Penkle?
Oh, Penkle Lightwhistle? Ah, yes, sorry.
Yes, I
At your
agree.
service.
I probably ought to start at the top and see if we can't speak with this
Harbin?
Arvin Wester.
Well, it's settled then.
Right. It means killing a few more goblins. The world could do with a few less of them, in my opinion. Shall we go then?
Lead the way.
Yes.
Cast guidance on Pinkle again.
I seem to be stuck.
Oh, you're on the wall?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
thank you.
Oh, maybe I can't see because it's like the lighting thing.
So,
Never mind.
it's dynamic
Such
lighting.
an idiot. I was like, my screen is black, and I was trying to adjust all my settings.
No, it's dynamic lighting. I use it.
I realized I know I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Brain fart.
You can enter in whenever you feel.
So here we are
ready,
back in the lobby.
depending who wants to introduce themselves towards Harbin Wessler.
Who is approaching? Because I will. Epsilon would like to. If it's not Pinkel, she will ask for permission to cast guidance upon you.
Pinkel usually defers to the taller, more prominent, visible people, having found that they tend to receive a little more respect right off the bat.
Casimir can walk in.
Then, sir.
Casimir's
Do
going
not
in.
mind if I will cast guidance on you and kind of touch your leg.
I'll just give a stern look over. I think I can define it myself on my own, thank you.
Well,
Who comes here before my presence? Speak your name in your presence.
Yes, my name is Casimir de la Semier. We're here visiting your town. We've heard of some things going on. Your name has come up a couple of times, and we thought we might try to have an audience with you. Or I might
My
try to have an
name
audience with
comes up. Well, I'm famous round here.
So we've heard. So you are, what is it? The mayor, the town.
I am the mayor, yes.
Well, Mr.
Currently acting of the government of this place.
Well, then what shall I call you, Mayor Wester?
Mayor Wester sounds great.
Yeah. Mayor Wester, may I approach you?
Yes, you may. So he's sitting down with some paperwork, some coins. Who's this little peepsqueak? Is that a gnome?
Me?
I've never seen one before in my life. Thought you were a halfling
Well,
for a second.
was you... No. Quite not.
Mayor,
Child
light wizard.
size.
Mayor Wester, perhaps we can get down to business. We've heard that there's been some things going on here in the town. A certain gang called the Red Brands that are potentially causing a ruckus here in your town. Have you? I'm assuming you've heard of this.
I've heard of it, but just a mercenary guild. No trouble, really. No trouble.
Well, that's not what the people here seem to think. In fact, they think they're causing quite a bit of trouble. I've heard rumors that people have been murdered, things have been stolen.
Murdered? No, poppycock. Maybe a few things have crashed here and there, and they've paid for their damages.
I was wondering if you know anything about them. You say they're mercenaries, but where do they come from?
Sorry, what did you say?
You said they were mercenaries, but I wondered if you know where they come from.
Oh,
Are
I don't know where they come from. I just came in out of nowhere.
How do you know the mercenary part?
They've come to me saying they're a mercenary guild. I've given them odd jobs and they've done it. So I have no quarrels with them.
Do they have a particular person that may be in charge?
They do. A rather tall individual. They call him the Glass Staff.
Glass staff?
Glass Staff. Supposedly he has a staff made of glass or something like that.
Interesting. So, do you know? So we've heard that they tend to be around the Chesant Manor?
Yes, it's a rundown house. There used to be the mayor's house long ago before I've been here. An ancient manor, been abandoned long ago. It's got some cellars and some rather stuff. We let the mercenaries take it as a stronghold for the time being. We didn't really have a place for them. Huh?
Why would they need a stronghold?
Well, they wanted to set up camp here. They said they liked the village very much, so I decided to give it freely with this very small tax fee on it.
You'll have to excuse me, Mayor Wester, but if they're looking for a stronghold, I can't imagine they would just pop into a village because they, as you say, they like it. There's got to be a reason that they are here, something that somebody is giving them.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know what you're trying to get into my head with. Just all bands of mercenaries is all I know.
So you say. Now, there seems to be a rumor going around the town that you don't seem to... There seems to be a lot of commotion going on around town, but you don't seem to be doing much about it.
I've doubled the forces of the guards around the city where there's been some problems, but I can't be everywhere.
No, but these atrocities seem to keep happening, and as I understand it, you're going up for election again soon.
Yes. My 4th year running, hopefully.
And Epsilon will kind of approach from back to Pencal and just raise her voice a little bit and say, "Yes, everything seems to be legal and on the up and up, as they say. We should stop wasting the Townmaster's time, I believe, and get to our own business."
Yes. You can come back to me. I might have some jobs ahead of you, of course. Many postings for potential coin for some mercenaries like yourselves.
What? We're not. Are we?
Yes.
Very well,
Tinker.
Wester.
Yes, Pencal, we are mercenaries. Thank you so much. We will be on our way.
As you do see, like a quest board outside, like on the wall over here. As you can see, he's got a quest already for potentially. He's looking for some marauders that have attacked several caravans near Wavern Tor. It looks like the victims have reported at least one strange goblin accompanied with the marauders, who consist of an ogre and some bugbears. He's offering 100 gold pieces for the contract to any group that can drive the marauders and goblins and companions away from the location. I'm gonna give you the quest.
Oh, bugbear, goblin. Whew. That sounds tough. Oh well.
Let us go and discuss that privately.
So, Red, while I was on my tippy toes trying to stare over the desk, I was trying to see if I could read any papers upside down, surreptitiously, to see what he was working on.
It looks like he's just writing gibberish. He's pretending.
Of course. I see. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. Ooh.
Were there any, maybe any ticks or signs that he had that maybe indicated that
he was sweating very heavily, and you can tell by how he was talking, he was lying, obviously, trying to keep his head low, as he did not want to get in trouble by the Mercenary Guild. It sounds like, to your opinion, it sounds like he is currently almost like a gunpoint where he has no choice.
I'll just say to the group, the conversation with Mayor Wester is clearly not over. Now may not be the time to gather more information from him, but we do need to visit him
Perhaps
again.
we should not speak like this in the lobby and go somewhere private.
The guard listens.
Okay, well. Oh, well, look at all these jobs. Interesting. Huh. Oh, they're leaving. Sorry. I'll follow the group down the hallway. Really do like the shape of this building. Well constructed.
guys begin to leave the area as eventually Fred is waiting outside.
Oh, you guys are back.
Hello.
What did you find?
A lot of deception.
So many things going on in this town. He does not appear to be in charge.
I thought as much as well. I'm so sorry. I interrupted you. Sir Knight? Is that what you are?
That's what you may call me, and Cassier is gonna walk away and go back to the shed where the bodies are, actually.
Well, I was hoping that that individual would speak openly here, without the guards, but there does seem to be a lot of corruption in this town, and it seems like I assume that the townmaster is more of a figurehead and is being coerced in some way by these ruffians. And
That is a problem for the town. There should be. Panko crosses his arms across his chest as they discuss this, rocks back and forth on his feet. Shame that the more townspeople don't get up and do that. Somebody should come in here and run them off. Well, I guess while we wait for that to happen, maybe we could ask the guards or something. But maybe we should go look for Gundren and hope that somebody else steps up and takes care of the town. I just can't believe nobody will take care of it. That's so weird.
well,
Looks around.
understand that the town guard is who pays the town guard? Is it not the town master?
Well, yeah, so it would probably be. Oh, you're right. Oof. Rub my chin, stroke my beard. Interesting. See.
We should take it at face. So, on a face value, the Red Brands are legally here, legitimately as a mercenary group hired by the town master, and he has given them a manor to live within as a headquarters. This is false and corrupt, and if something needs to be done, that it looks like the proper authorities will not be able to handle it.
Henkel looks at the people standing around him. That seems to be right. Everyone, yeah, I agree.
Your little
Maybe
friend
they
is
can-
100% correct.
So what should we do? Should we go to the next town and see if they want to go to Neverwinter? See if they want to send somebody down and investigate?
The townmaster just called us mercenaries, did he not?
I'm not a mercenary. I'm just a simple artisan.
Henkel, we are both artists, but
Well, you're hired,
so
are
that-
you not?
Well, technically, yes, hired, yes. And yes, we are both artists, and do have a few other. Definitely, I mean, not a fighter per se, not a cleaner up of the towns and knocking out rascallions.
Yes, but our new friends are a knight and a fighter and a very tall man and another tall man. Perhaps
Indeed,
we can
indeed they are.
each other. Sildar did give us a mission to clear the Red Brands from this town. Is that not right?
Indeed, for 200 gold.
Then it sounds like we are, in fact, mercenaries. And we have a job
Huh.
to do.
Interesting. Guess we are. Look at that. Little smile. Strokes his beard again.
However,
So, maybe we start with a small. Should we see if we're any good at fighting and maybe test our experiences? And I mean, I hate to go after a bugbear. That sounds really tough. But should we investigate the bugbear and the goblin problem? Although, wait,
The bandits, the mercenaries are just down the street at the Sleeping Giant.
That is much
Yes.
closer.
So keep
Yeah.
your voice down there.
Keep in mind that, yes, they are housed in the manor, which means that they will have less of a presence in the tavern that they frequent, so that may be an easier target for reconnaissance. However, Penkor, I'm worried about the knight. He seems to be suffering heavily.
He is mourning the loss of our friends.
Loss.
As
We
you,
do know something about loss.
you do see a woman behind you. I couldn't help but overhearing your predicament. You said you're a mercenary group. Could you potentially be interested in a quest?
Why not?
Why, yes, we are.
As
Yes,
Sister
we are.
Garella seems fit to rather be interested. I require. Well, I'm rather intrigued upon a spell book that rather needs to be rather persuaded by a dangerous creature. And I was wondering if you were interested in doing such a quest. It doesn't have to be now, of course, but as soon as possible, of course. This creature, is an ancient being. It was called once upon a time named Agatha. But now, I believe it's a banshee of some sort. This individual has a rather special book that I require. And, I know that this individual would love a suitable gift for that book. And if I can give you this gift and potentially persuade her to tell her what she knows about the spell book, an individual named Bowgentle, towards me, of course, I would be potentially happy enough to offer you these for your efforts, of course, as she begins to procure, instead of money, she procures 3 healing potions.
Oh, interesting.
I brewed them
That's
myself.
comfortable.
Oh, thank you. An alchemist, Penkor.
That is interesting. Oh, we should definitely visit her.
Well,
How did you brew those? Did you use blah 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 or
Alright, so
no the color?
if you want to do her quest, the payment would be 3 healing potions.
we are searching for information, so I will compile Agatha the Banshee on the list, and if we are able to find her, we will ask her this question.
Alright. Thank you. She gives you the gift that requires her to have a conversation with you. She gives you a jeweled silver comb. As the information is to know about this legendary mage named Bowgentle. And a spell book that he had on his belongings. She wants to know where this individual is. In a sense, if she knows. So that's the quest. So the reward is 3 healing potions, so that's pretty nice for a side quest down the road.
Beautiful.
Since the town doesn't actually sell potions. She does sell the potions, though. But currently at the moment, she doesn't have any at the moment to sell, except for the quest items. If you want to buy those, you can. Which are 50 gold each.
Quite interesting.
To Agatha.
Well. That is quite the interesting proposal.
She
Well,
lives pretty far
consider
away.
that.
She lives in Connieberry. 3 days journey from here.
Agatha lives in Coneyberry?
Yes, Connieberry's, it's no longer a village anymore. It's destroyed. But I've been told she still has a place in the forest nearby. A cottage of some
Wonderful.
sorts.
Thank you, Sister Gorilla.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. I'll be heading off now.
Have a good day. If you don't mind me interposing yet again, Pinkle, I think a bigger problem at the moment than bandits is the mental health of our knight.
Maybe he's just brooding.
Yeah, nothing
Pinkle
like a
looks
good
at
beating to
his
bring someone
companions.
out of the gloom.
Grief is a terrible cycle, and it appears to me, perhaps I do not know him as well as you, but he is not processing it very healthily. He is resorting to outbursts and aggression and mistrust.
One would say that's the life of an adventurer.
Yes, and looks a little guilty. But yeah, that's definitely how some people handle their grief. Sometimes it takes a while to get over things like that. But sometimes you meet the right person, or find the right person, and things may start to turn around. Looks over at Epsilon, smiles.
She smiles back. Well, all right. I am concerned about him. Would you like me to follow him if you wish to split up,
I
perhaps?
don't think we should be splitting up. I don't think we're in the position where we can afford to separate the party.
Do we think he'll be long, or do we think he's just taking a moment, or just trying to get a feel for how you guys operate?
Perhaps we should not interrogate any red brands which may inevitably cause harm without the knight.
If we're going to be, if we're
In a
going
bit
to
of a fight?
be, traipsing around town and doing more of these things, and I might want to go get appropriately dressed and gather my gear. And should we go inside and have a while we wait for Casimir, or somebody could go and check on him? We could go in here in the inn and gather our stuff and then formulate our next plan from here, or do we want to go out of town, outside of prying ears?
Why don't, excuse me, why don't you go into the Stonehill Tavern, and the rest of the group will meet up with Casimir, and then we'll be back to meet up with you two. We may
I don't
need
know
to.
that Epsilon, if you have your stuff with you or not, but I can grab our gear from the. We need a few minutes to put on some armor, and then I think we'll be ready to go.
Okay,
You know.
well, we'll wait a few minutes, and then we'll head
You-
on over to see Casimir.
You
all
guys
look
can
like you're always
also
wearing
look
your
around
armor.
as well. There's a lot of locations on the map that you can go see. As you remember, there was a quest at the Orchard if you wanted to go there, as well as you could go to the Adder Farm and ask for questions, like ask around for the red brands and what's going on. You can obviously potentially get more quests or more information towards what's totally going on in general sense. So it's up to you, of course.
So what is right where we're standing at the Shrine of Luck?
It's just a shrine of luck to Timora, the goddess of luck. There was the NPC was there, the sister was there, but she left.
Oh, okay.
So she comes
Okay.
every day, and she goes to help people out and stuff like that. She does sell potions once a week, so she does. You can buy potions off of her. But she has a quest for you to get 3 potions. So
Correct. I didn't realize that she was at the Shrine of Luck when we met her. She was already
overheard.
working.
She overheard you.
Great. Well, I will go ahead and
she already left.
throw
So
my-
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to do whatever you do with the shrine here. I'll do a quick little prayer, leave a little offering. Usually a couple of coins, I guess. I'm not sure what they leave.
It's anything of worth that you think that's worth something.
Oh, well, that's different then.
Yeah, it's a shrine of luck.
That's different then.
So you
well,
can
here.
drop a gold piece. You can whatever you want.
I am sorry, Goddess Timora, but my friendship is too precious to give up for an offering. I will leave.
Well, I don't think you actually have to give up something quite that valuable. You can make an offering of a small token of, say, a coin, or no, don't want to do that. No, we could give up like a dragon chess piece, but we wouldn't be able to play. So that's right out. So you choose something that. Oh, I know. How about?
Oh, I will leave one of my needles.
There you go. Excellent.
I do have spares, but this is precious and part of the trade that I work in. Take care of it, Goddess of Luck.
Excellent. That's a wise decision. Now, maybe be blessed for the day.
This night, so it sounds like we can kind of, out of character. It sounds like we can kind of do some investigating before we go to the tavern, right? So we kind of will split up a bit in that way. Is that?
Yeah, you can like split up in like the town. That should be fine as long as you're not like engaging with the red brands by yourself. That's up to you, of course. Don't pull a tabaxi.
Right, we should agree to perhaps not aggravate the ruffians. They are legal mercenaries. And when we reconnoiter at the, I assume, in Penkor, we can discuss what to do about them.
Well, I don't think we could qualify them as legal mercenaries if they're forcing the mayor to pay them to be mercenaries. No.
Well, they are. That is literally, but technically they are legal. If
no,
the town...
they're not. If they're being forced to, if you can be coerced, that cannot be considered legal. No matter how you want it twisted, they are not legal mercenaries.
I believe it is legal because of the way that they are doing it. But I will not argue with you. I apologize. I think I will go and check on your friend the knight.
That is quite the question of semantics. Well, technically it's blackmail. They do have the legal mayor under their control, so technically his offering things could make things legal. And
no,
Penko starts to mutter to himself as he goes into the thing. Oh, but on the other hand, one could say this. In the case of such and such,
turns away and starts walking down towards the sleeping giant, just strolling through the village.
I'm going to go in and...
Alright, so he's over here, currently behind Bart's Provisions in the shack. You are going over there. What about you, Pinky? Pinky, or, sorry. Wow.
Pinkle.
Pinkle, thank you.
Pinkle, Light Whistle. I'm going into the... Pinkle, Light Whistle.
Tinkle?
Not Tinkle.
Tinkle.
It's Tinkle now.
Big name. Hey, Tinkle.
Tinkle's got a tinkle.
Alright, so you guys are going to the Stone Hill Inn? Nietzsche, did you want to go for that rumor that you heard earlier?
Right now, I'm waiting for Pinkle to come out.
Alright.
I'm just going to be 10 minutes. You guys can wander around, and I will catch up again. It doesn't look like it's that big a town.
Right.
Pinkle's like, I'm sure I can find you all.
You didn't know where we were going.
All right.
It's not that big a town.
We'll go with Kai first, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, so Kai, you begin to wander around a little bit past the area as you kind of see the sleeping giant in the distance. You can see drinking, fighting, as you eventually see some guy get just jolted out of the window of the sleeping giant, as they look like they're pretty hurt.
I'm like, mercy, that was quite a scene. I'll just leave it at that.
All right. You do see this rundown tap room is kind of a house of dirty, dangerous, so kind of a watering hole at the main end of the street of Phandelver. You can see a lot of red brands operating in there. You do see an orc in there as well, as they seem fit to rather enjoy their drinking. As you can see inside, there's about 5 of them at the moment.
Okay, I will keep on walking, looking back around, see if I can see anything back around the back part of the building. I can't. So there it goes. Over here to see if I can see anything around the back without being too obvious.
Okay, well, yeah, you're on a map actually.
That does not sound good.
Welcome to a map.
I take it the guy got thrown out around here
around
somewhere.
the vicinity. He's currently like just knocked out completely, bleeding on from his kind of his forehead.
Is anybody looking this way from the tavern?
Not
that
really.
I can tell?
They're going back to drinking.
I try to stealth a little bit if I can.
Sure, roll a stealth check.
Stealth. Boom. Oh,
Holy
my
shit.
goodness.
Alright, you're not really stealthing very well, but you're not really close to the building, so it doesn't really matter. You just awkward. They look at you awkwardly. So what the fuck is he doing?
I just
Looks like he's
look
crapping
like
his pants.
Yeah. Looks like I'm just taking a shit outside. And then I will sneak over near the body and take a look. I try not to disturb him, just kind of look around to see if there's any...
You can see it looks like a halfling that potentially you can see around his belongings. He looks like he had a few playing cards on him. As maybe potentially he tried to cheat them, or vice versa. As you can see, he doesn't really have much of a coin on him as you pat him down. As you can smell his breath, he is quite intoxicated.
Anything that looks like an insignia or something they use to show identity, you know, that they can flash to anybody.
It doesn't look like a red. It doesn't look like a red brand. It just looks like a commoner.
Okay. All right. Then I will gracefully get up and continue walking down keeping an eye on what's going on in the tavern. And when I reach down here, I kind of look to see if there's anything back here that I noticed.
You see more like broken houses. Down here is kind of the ghetto, if anything. As you can see the manor in the distance, as you can see kind of a broken, destroyed manor. As you can see like 2 little figures at the top of it, like kind of playing cards.
Up here?
At the manor.
Up at the manor. Okay.
Yeah, like 2 little ants.
And this is...
It's just
houses. It's a house?
Yeah, it's just background.
I will try to stealth again. Oh, that's much better. Into this little alley kind of sort of way.
Okay.
And I'll come back here and see if I can observe anything else closer. Just try to sneak around the back here. Looking back behind here.
Sure, you can get in there if you want.
Is this like a storage or...
It looks like storage, but it looks like it's run down. It doesn't really have anything in it. It looks like it was left there with whoever owned the place before.
Right.
As you do notice, most of the windows are locked except for this window.
All right. And with that information, I will start heading back to the group.
We'll have a broken window now, so now you can actually see through it.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me
Yes,
pop
this
over there real
window's
quick.
broken.
Okay. And I'll pop and I'll just kind of look, and I just see like a bedroom.
Yeah, it looks like a spare room.
Okay.
And looks like to be a door. And you open it?
Oh no. Oh no.
You clicked on it. I saw it.
No. Oh no, I'm trying to see what's in the corner.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to look through the window.
Yeah. It looked like you almost opened it.
No, I can't. I was trying to see around the corner there to see.
You see a door and you see walls, and that's pretty much it. It looks like that door probably would lead into another larger room.
Okay. Now, I will head back to start heading back to the group. Again, as I'm going on my way out, I'll keep my eye on here to see if there's anything else I notice besides the orc. I don't want to stir anything up when I'm the only one back here. I'll just keep walking. Is the halfling still passed out here?
Oh yeah, he's still out there. He ain't getting up anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't have anything that can help him, so I just keep walking, head back to the inn.
Alright. Alright, as we move to the people in the Stonehill Inn, what are you guys up to? It's Pinkle, I'm assuming you're done taking a shit. Or taking a whiz.
Fred is most likely going to chill in the tavern.
Alright.
Fred is simple-minded. He doesn't know what to do.
I was donning my armor. I come down in this scale mail. Clink, clank, clink, 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 clink. Oh, we'll pack on now. Ah, that's better. So, did you all find out anything? Or are you just having some quick libations before we go? Because that's not a bad idea. Never travel on a Potter.
You said 10 minutes. Been like 15.
You're right. I didn't make sure I had all my papers here. He's tucking all his different things in. Scroll pouch over here. Okay.
You
couple
were
of tools.
couple more tools there in your scale mail.
Oh, never hurts to be prepared. Never hurts to be prepared. So, should we first go find Casimir and then make our way, or did he already wander off with other people?
No, we're gonna head towards Casimir. That was my plan, which is by Barthen's provisions in the back. Follow me out. You come in, Fred.
Pinko will grab one of their tankards that they were leaving behind finished, because I'm sure they had a drink while they were waiting. Finish it off. Look wistfully at him. We're not getting one more. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can come back later. We do have business to do. So you could probably jump up to what they were doing before we get there and interrupt whatever they're discussing.
All right. As we go to Casimir and we go to Epsilon, Casimir, what are you doing as you are by yourself currently in the meantime with the two corpses of your friends?
I think Casimir is just simply there, on his knees, just bowing down beside his cousin, just praying, brooding, mourning, just angry with the world, disappointed. Just, sticking with his inner thoughts.
Eventually coming into view, you do see kind of a shadow, a silhouette of something behind you, Casimir, as you see Epsilon behind you.
And I'm just going to look up at Epsilon and say, this is a private moment. I don't need visitors here.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you had not entombed your companions. I did not realize how fresh the pain was. Hello. I can go if you wish.
What is it you want?
She's going to... I'll just gingerly step up closer to you and say, my name is Atropus Epsilon, but Penkel calls me Ypsilon for short. I am one of 3, but my 2 sisters were destroyed. And she's going to pull up her little robe and, show you that there's a seam and the material of her body is not flesh, but, metallic underneath the robe, and the parts don't quite match. My sisters were used to repair me. So in a way, they both died and saved my life. So please do not think that I do not also feel great pain as I bear them with me. As I see that you are also suffering heavily, I am sorry for the loss of your companion.
Casimir is not going to look up at Epsilon. Casimir is just going to keep looking down.
I do not wish you to think that you are alone. Your friends do care for you. They do not seem to understand how to reach you. And so, I, as someone who is also hurting, wanted to try to say that you are not alone.
Look, I appreciate what you are trying to do, and I am sorry for the loss that you feel. But I am indeed alone. I don't need these friends you say to reach me. I can very much handle my emotions on my own, in my own time.
How are you feeling now? You seem angry.
Would you not feel angry? Had you just lost 2 people that you care deeply about?
Yes, I am also angry.
Well then, I think you can understand why I feel what I feel.
Do you have a plan as to what to do with that anger?
At the moment, my thoughts are my own. I don't yet know what or how I will deal with this anger. All I know is that this is a stupid and wasteful death.
Will you tell me about your companions? I see that one is... Oh. A twin brother?
I think at this point, Casimir is going to stand up and is going to walk outside. And I'll just look and say, This is none of your business.
Very well. I will. I am. Yes. Very well. And she will leave it at that. And walk out with. She will study the two, the Tabaxi and the half elf, and follow you out.
And then I think we're done.
Yeah,
there.
as soon as you have the conversation, you watch Nietzsche eventually come around the corner. And eventually Pinkle.
And Fred. Fred was following us. Fred, follow us.
Fred will follow.
As you see an eerie, creepy Fred.
And
Look,
as
Fred,
I
we're
see-
twins.
I
We're
am
scale man. We're
looming.
twins.
And as I see them, I'll just say, well, were you able to find out anything more? I don't know what you've all been up to. Or anything else of note?
No, I actually was just getting my armor and my gear, and I'm ready to go. Or you make the necessary. I don't actually know what you were doing either, but are we?
And I'm sorry,
Oh,
the
we're
one
missing somebody.
I forgot I should have mentioned one thing Epsilon also would have noticed is the Casimir did have a candle lit next to Viz, the body of Viz, as he was kneeling there. But anyway, that's done now. But
We have paid our respects.
what information have you, if any?
I believe we are just now preparing to gather information. Is that right, Pinkle? And
I was
Mr.
here to
Lee?
find out the same thing. If maybe I wasn't sure if you were heading off here to find some information as well. And it looks like we're actually missing somebody. We're missing. Looks around.
Kai.
The fighter.
Hi. Yeah, thank you. That was his name. He went. Look around. He went. Not this way. Looks like we're at the edge of town. Probably not this way.
I think he went towards the sleeping giant. Not sure why.
He may be in
Oh.
trouble.
He went toward the sleeping giant on his own?
That he did.
Shall we look for him in that case?
He can't be off there on his own. It's dangerous out there. What has he got to protect himself?
Well,
Yeah, that.
let's go find him then.
He said that he was trained as a fighter.
Ooh, a shed, huh? Just hanging out in a shed? That's unusual.
It's not.
Okay.
As we walk, Casimir is going to he's not going to really look or engage with anybody with eye contact, but he is just going to walk next to Epsilon.
I'll go walk next to my twinsy, Fred. Scale mail, twins.
Actually, I don't think I am wearing.
Oh. I thought you were. Did you switch? Damn.
No, yeah, I do wear.
Well, not twinsies.
So do we see Kai?
I'm just standing outside the inn, kind of leaned up against.
There you are. You had the whole group worried.
I'm not sure why. Just went for a little walk.
Where did you go?
Just down by the sleeping giant. Just clearing my head.
By
Oh,
yourself? Isn't that where they told us the red brands are?
yes, but they're supposed to be, legitimate mercenaries. So I was not presenting a menacing presence or anything. I just walking by, getting some fresh air. They didn't even pay any attention to me.
Oh.
I was able to see a little bit. There's about a half a dozen in there at the moment, including an orc. And I found a broken window in the back that we might be able to use to slip in if we want to sneak in on them.
Ah. Do we wish to do that, or perhaps wait for the evening under the cover of dark?
I don't know. Maybe we can just go talk to them, and a couple of us can sneak in through the back to get ready to surprise them if we need to.
But
I don't know. Don't have a lot of reconnoitering on it, though.
I think we ought to. Well, if that's the case, if that's what you ought to do, is to try and talk to them, then I think you might want to consider talking to their leader. What was his name? The Glass Staff or Glass Staff?
I think it's the glass staff, but I don't think I saw anybody that looked. I didn't see anybody that looked like that. Did I, Red?
No, you just saw a bunch of hooligans.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was in the thing. I think if we want to talk to them, we're going to have to go up to the manor. I was thinking that maybe we can chat with the people in the Sleeping Giant and might be able to get some more info if we just go. Because I saw there was a halfling in there gambling that didn't appear to be a red brand. So it's not like you have to be exclusive to get in.
I believe Sildar mentioned about also chatting with everyone else, chatting with others from the town to hear their stories on these red brands.
Oh.
And also, was there not another quest in the orchard? I think they said. I don't know if you're concerned about the red brands, we could always check out the orchard.
We might want to check out, if you recall, the red brands have left alone those in the Phandelver Miners Exchange. I think that might be quite interesting for us to find out some information there. Maybe we start there as opposed to trying to go talk to the red brands themselves first.
I don't have a problem with that.
I just think if you've got a bunch of hooligans in this sleeping giant, they could be, especially if they're taking in libation, looking for trouble.
Not harming the miners' exchange, you say?
From what I understand, that is correct.
Good to learn why. Someone had mentioned a possible ally or friend in the orchard. Maybe we split our reconnaissance and then meet up to break in to the tavern afterwards.
What time is it now?
It's the afternoon now. Probably like 12 or 1 o'clock.
Well, I suppose we could split up. Say we meet back here at the Stone Hall in, what, say an hour?
Okay, so where do we want to go? We want to go to the Miners' Exchange? And where's the other party going to go to?
The orchard, if anyone wishes to join Epsilon.
I can take care of going to the orchard if some of you would rather go to the Miners' Exchange.
Do this.
So I can lead part of the party over to the orchard.
Well, if we're just gathering information, nothing needs to. Hopefully that we don't need to use our skills besides gathering.
Yeah. We can't just assume that's how it's going to go, though.
That is for sure.
Yes.
Do we just go as a group to one and then the other, or do we want to split up?
I think we could probably afford to split up if I think 3 of us should probably be able to keep out of too much trouble.
Very well. Why don't I will... Pinkle, would you join me to check out the miners' exchange?
And I'll head over to the orchard.
All right, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break as we come back after we have a little bio.
Okay.
I would love to go. Oh, I was unmuted. That's funny. Yes, I would love to go to the Miners Guild. Can't wait to hear all about it. Especially, they might have knowledge on the Whispering Mine.
Oh, what was that? Sorry, I wasn't at my computer.
I was. I had answered you in the game. Even realized just now realized I was muted. I was like, oh.
I was sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. My wife had come home from what she was out on. She was out on Monday nights, so she comes home, and I ran up to say hi to her, talk to the studying daughter, and then came back down and forgot I was muted.
Oh, no sweat.
5-minute bio. Excellent, excellent. Oh, I hear dishes. Somebody's got snacks. I'll take snacks.
Have to give some to everybody.
Snacks to everyone.
I wish I could.
I have faith in you.
You know, Willy Wonka was perfecting something like that.
Oh, really?
TV dinner.
Oh, I did want to kind of ask while anyone's here. Please let me know if I need to chill out, because I'm not sure what the party makeup, what everyone likes to do. I'm just very bullet point oriented, I think.
I think you're recapping the facts. I personally recognize as a very analytical, some might say robotic kind of thing. But I don't know if everybody else fully appreciates that you might be metal or not. I don't know. I have no idea what they think of you. They might think you're good.
Yeah, I just don't want to get pushy.
What are they trying to do?
And I don't think Fred is going to be. I'm trying to figure out how to make Fred the face of our party, and it's not.
No.
Great idea.
Fred is a horrible idea.
He already does that in a few of my
You're
campaigns.
the crap out of everybody. Not talk about intimidating.
He doesn't want to
everybody.
be the leader this time. He already does the leader in most other games. He's already leader in Tuesday's game, and he was leader in Sunday's game when we ran that one. So that makes sense.
But not as Fred. Not as Fred.
I don't think Fred is just like the opposite.
I'm trying to be the half-wit sidekick.
Like you always have a leader in any game. I think there's only one game I don't have a leader, which is my Saturdays game. My everybody in my Out of the Abyss game. We used to have a leader, but he got petrified, so his new character isn't really a leader, and I don't think anybody is really the leader. So. But it does suck that we lost that other guy. He's still in the Discord. He's just I don't think he's coming back. If he's in school, chances are he's not gonna have time to play D&D.
2 Mondays in a row makes it tough.
Yeah.
I'm sure
he played one session.
If it's anything like my friends at our school, they're all doing like tests on Mondays.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he's just. I am so pissed right now.
You were pissed?
Oh, I'm watching the Monday night game.
Oh.
I'm keeping an eye on it, and I'm not really happy, but that's okay.
You're talking the football game, not the Rangers Astros game?
Oh, who cares about baseball?
Well,
baseball's
they knocked the 5 o'clock game earlier, so we already came into the game unhappy. So, luckily they knocked it to 5 o'clock. I thought that was great. Then I watched it, and I was like, oh, no, I'm not as happy. But I'll be happy tomorrow. So if you're not happy with the game, San Fran and Minnesota.
Well, no, I'm okay. So I'm from Minnesota, so I'm rooting for the Vikings. But they're now they're up by 12 because they kicked the field goal, so it's a 3-point game. They have the San Francisco had to score I can't score 2 touchdowns to catch up, but we keep missing opportunities. We should have had a touchdown. We were on like the first and 4, and we had like 8 plays to try to get it in, and we didn't. I'm really annoyed.
Rightfully so.
But I mean, we're winning at the moment, so I'm annoyed, but I'm not totally annoyed.
Did you try the brotherly shove?
It actually looked like they did a really bad attempt at it on one of the plays, and it was horrid.
Well, apparently it helps if your quarterback can bench press 600 pounds.
Yes.
Or press, I think it's leg press 600 pounds. So
Kirk Cousins a good quarterback, but he's not. Yeah, he's not going to win any prize for being like Justin Hurt.
Into sidetrack. Oh, so anyway, I guess while we're at it, Kai or quite honestly, I guess as party, I said we wanted to take a moment to talk about party makeup. My character is not meant to be like the face of the party. My character is meant to be talks a lot, but it's mostly to himself and mostly just he's an eccentric, talks a lot kind of a person, but perhaps not like the person interacting with most other people.
I think, unfortunately, the problem right now is the person that would normally be the leader of this party
is unhappy.
Is a little unhappy.
Well, that's fine. We can have an unhappy leader.
Well, I mean, if he's just going to sit down here and sulk all day, it's not going to do us any good.
Which is why I'm trying to break him out of it. Like I said, his cousin literally just died in front of it.
Well, did they get along? Were they really like? Were they good friend cousins, or were they like, kind of kissing cousins, like distant?
I don't know. If I'm kissing cousin, it's a pretty good cousin.
Oh, I guess.
Pretty damn well good cousin.
That's pretty good cousin.
I think it's an upgrade, though. More of an upgrade than a very good.
Well, we'll never know what they could have been. Because he died.
But now we have to make it so that their deaths weren't for nothing. They're not wasteful deaths. If some good can come from them.
Yeah, I will just say I think with Casimir, he's struggling right now because of course the loss of his cousin, and it ties a lot. Again, as Casimir too, as it will take him a while to relay, like just to share his life because that's just who he is, but also ties on a lot to his backstory and what the death of his cousin also means for him and his future.
Sure. That's excellent that backstory could still tie in. That's great. Can't wait to find out what it is.
And just go turn the game off. It's going to be too distracting from now on. The first half wasn't bad, but the second half is not going to be good. Okay.
So, did anybody else express any interest in going to the Miners Guild versus where else were you guys going?
Well, Fred and I are heading toward the orchard, and one other person could come with us if they want.
I think Casimir already went. And
Okay,
I think it's Kai, Fred, and Casimir that are going to the orchard, while it seems like Nietzsche.
Everybody else will go to...
Yeah, we'll go to the Miners Guild.
So, I mean, we as a party in that where we were have not yet decided who's going where, correct?
Well, we kind of just split up.
Yeah. I mean,
well, they just started
Casimir
walking away.
Well, Casimir had already said that he was going to go to the orchard, and if anybody else wanted to go with him. And so Fred and I volunteered to go with him.
Fred? Okay, perfect.
So I guess that means that we're headed to the Miners Guild to find out how they're working with, or how they're working around not having redcoats issues.
Yes.
And maybe getting some information on the old Whispering Mines and learning the history of Phandelver.
Yes.
This is so great. So excited to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Phandalin.
Alright, so we're gonna step with the crew that's going to the orchard first, and then we'll go so on.
Okay, so Casimir will lead the way. Can we just walk in, or do we need to knock it all?
It is someone's home, so.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna barge in, and be like, hey.
I'll just actually look at Kai and Fred, and I'll just say, perhaps I don't mind leading us on this journey, but perhaps it'd be better suited that one of you take the lead in getting us inside. I'm not feeling very charismatic at the moment.
I just look over at Fred.
I'm not good at talking to people.
And what? Can you remind me what was the? I'm sure it's written here someplace. What was the quest for
you heard
the
a rumor.
Arabian?
You didn't hear a quest. You heard
Or
a rumor.
okay, rumor.
Yeah. Of some kind of the rumor was about some individual. Let me just double check actually.
Like a Dareth Adderman.
She was a former adventurer who once lived in Neverwinter.
Yeah, he was an adventure.
Oh,
As you see the individual just cutting some apples as he looks at you. Who goes there? Speak your name.
I am Kai. And these are my friends.
Yes,
We
my
are
name is
just Oh, go ahead.
So my name is
You do
Casimir the
notice the
Matilda.
individual as your eyes open wide as you're like, how the fuck is this possible? Is you see a drow.
A drow's tending the orchard.
Yeah,
Full blood or half?
full blood.
Now it's still daylight out, right? So do they have
Doesn't
like
seem
any...
to bother them.
So with Carrick's divine, sorry, not Carrick, but different character, Casimir's divine sense, he kind of senses this evil and is just not noticeably, but inwardly taken aback.
Yeah, he doesn't have any evil on him or anything. His intentions are different.
Just look over.
I haven't seen a drow before.
Well,
No,
not
that's
above
the-
ground, I haven't.
Well, we're rare, for sure. Don't worry, I'm retired now. I used to be an adventurer myself. Welcome to my apple orchard.
May
What
I
can
try
do?
it?
Try one, sure. As he chucks an apple at you.
Kind of just starts eating it.
Tastes good.
As he's eating it, well, thank you very much for the kind gesture. We were wondering if we may come in for a little bit.
Come in. I didn't invite you in. You
do
can
not.
sit out there, I guess you could say. So, what comes... Why have you come to my, home? Assuming you're here for the red brands, I'm assuming?
Well, I mean, we're curious if you were having any issues with them or had any information about
If
them.
they had issues with me, they would... I don't think they would survive very long. Of course, my code keeps me from killing innocents. As you can see, the sigil, he's got a badge on his, almost like a pin on his kind of shirt around the collar. As you can see, you can roll a history check if you like.
Sure, I will
This
do
shouldn't go
that.
very well, I don't think.
I can do that as well.
Mm.
Hold on, sorry, my screen is lagging right now.
It's okay, take your time.
Want me to roll for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have do your roll for my
Do you know what your
um
modifier is?
hold on just a second. I gotta make-
Our internet may have just.
No, I mean it's still here.
Can anyone hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you, ish.
Oh.
No, we're having issues over here.
You could just roll a 20-sided die.
Well, the problem is
Tell us what it is.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's 20, doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
Wasted on me.
Alright, nat 20, you can tell he's part of the Order of the Gauntlet, a group of faithful seekers of justice who protects others. But he looks like he's a retired adventurer, though.
Sorry, that was a sigil of what?
Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh.
Of, like, paladins and clerics that would join.
And what was his name?
His name is...
We got what? Darren Edo now?
Eatermouth, because it's his orchard.
Darren.
At least. It might be named after him. It could be somebody else's orchard.
So what brings you to my orchard? Then you're Assuming you're mercenaries of some sort. I've never seen you around.
Darren and his brothers were hiring us for some work here. Do you know Gandaren?
Gundren? Yeah,
Gundren?
sure I know of this individual. I haven't seen him in over a good couple decades, actually.
That's interesting.
Right.
So you've been around a while then.
5 centuries.
That was about the time that that mine, that famous mine, that Echo mine or something went missing. You remember that?
I wasn't here around that time. But I do know of it. Don't know where it is. Could care less, honestly. I was in the Underdark in most of my younger years.
Rumor has it that you traveled, well, maybe not here, but you've traveled from Neverwinter, or you're from Neverwinter.
I was. Part of an order of vigilance, ready to smite evil, enforce justice, and enact retribution against any subjugate or any that saw fit to harm others. But my virtues still hold strong, but my avenging days are long gone over. Time for new blood to take over.
It's interesting. I have family that lives in Neverwinter. One of our travelers was from Neverwinter. At any rate, was that for this Order of Vigilance? Was that the name, or was there another name for this order?
The Order of the Gauntlet.
So, are you some kind of adventurer then, if so something?
Retired now.
And what kinds of things were you doing on your adventures?
Justice. Defeating people that deserved it. Fighting on the undead. And potentially... Well, I had a crew of people along my side. Lost a few. And outlived many. But, I guess you could say, like any adventurer, hunted evil and got paid wisely for it. But, I served all over the gauntlet still to this day. Seeking, protectors, of course. But, you fellas aren't interested in the virtues of the gauntlet, are you?
Does the name Delasemier mean anything to you?
Who?
Delasemier.
No. Never heard of this individual.
Okay. At any rate, well, and perhaps we could have this conversation more private, as Casimir is going to start to lower his voice and say, we've been hearing many rumors of misdoings going on with a group called the Red Brands.
Yes, I know of the Red Brands. I would love to see that group be taught by some heroes. These ruffians need a lesson, indeed. And I know their outlaw leader, the Glassstaff, to call him waste of space, if anything. The Red Brands hang around the Sleeping Giant tap house, and supposedly their leaders in the Tresor Manor. If anything, bunch of hooligans, if anything.
Well, what about the town? Can you tell us in regards to the Red Brands? It's like, are they? I don't know how to put it. Are they like anybody in the town, like backing the Red Brands? That they're not being picked on?
I'm assuming Wessler's probably paid them off. But besides that, not that I'm aware of, I don't really particularly get into the politics very much.
Do you know why you would have done so?
Who? Wessler paying him off? Because he's a pussy. He's not particularly one who wants to get into arguments and struggles of a knife towards his neck. He's not a fighter. He's got rich and money. That's all he has. And the connections he has is very far and few between. If he wanted to muster all his guardsmen to take out the ruffians, he's too afraid to let the town down if he fails.
So he's just going to... Well, that's logical.
I had a quest potentially for you, though, if you're interested. Seems like you're interested in listening to a lot of conversations, and I have potentially a prospector story northeast of Phandelver. Someone has been digging in ruins, a place called the Old Owl Well. Most disturbingly, I've heard prospectors have reported being chased in the area by the foul undead. And, well, it's a few marches around from here towards the ruins northeast of Phandelver. I know there's a old watchtower, an ancient tower, was once long ago, beyond my years, of a magical empire known as the Nethril, I believe it was called. But I believe there's still magic that's still dormant there. It could be a threat to Phandelver. Could be brewing slowly. If you see fit to take out this problem, I'll be sure to give you my boots right off my heels, as these things are quite the beauty to have for an adventurer. As he mentions, he has magical boots that he's willing to give you if you do this mission for him.
And what exactly
How
is
are they
it?
magical?
The boots are striding and springing. Handy boots to have around, especially rewards of adventure. I no longer need them, but if you can clear out these undead and get making sure Phandelver's safe, I'll be sure to pay you forward with some boots that served me well, and it might serve another hero in the making.
You said this is the Old Owl Well, northeast of Phandelver.
Aye,
Several days.
aye.
This
Yeah, coming
this
here.
town's a busy little place.
In coming here, we didn't really have, intentions of rescuing the town with everything that's going on. However, it seems as if we've been convinced into completing a lot of the deeds that need done around here in an effort to help save this town.
Well, I think also it'll help to stabilize the area. If we got to find these mines, having a solid, safe base of operation is probably going to be essential. This might just be the place for it.
Is there anything else that you think we ought to know about the goings on of what's happening here in Phandelver?
I don't know. I've heard about the goblins being very strange. I've heard sightings of goblins possessing some dark power and dark magic. They've been
Where?
building up deep in the forest from here.
South?
Aye.
Also
In the
heard rumor
Neverwinter
about
Woods.
Also heard rumor about a woodcarver being murdered and the rest of his family being kidnapped. Have you heard a word of this or had any idea of their whereabouts?
No, I've just heard of it. That's shit damn luck. No one should be killed and murdered, especially with your family being watching it. That's a terrible fate for any child to see and witness.
Yes, I quite agree. And I think Casimir is going to stand up, nod politely, and say, "Thank you for your time."
As he nods towards you.
Kai snakes another apple on his way out.
Oh, before I forget, I'm sorry, what kind of adventurer were you? Were you a magician or...
Paladin. I sworn by Tia. As he was a protection paladin. But he's retired now. He doesn't fight. He only fights if he needs to, but he won't get his indulge into this fight as his days of adventuring is over. He wants to retire and enjoy life.
What oath did you take as your paladin?
He went protection. Oath and protection.
Oh, okay.
He was a tank, basically.
Do you have a Lord Alliance?
Sorry. Lord Alliance? No, I'm not with them. Or Lord Alliance is another faction. Or do you mean like an alliance as in something else?
No, that was it.
Okay. I will let you know that if you do like want to join an alliance down the road, you're welcome to. A lot of these NPCs will give you a chance to join their order, and they may actually give you some perks down the road. So you could potentially join the Order of the Gauntlet, you could potentially join the Lord Alliance, and so on. The Harpers, there's a lot of alliances. And they all have their own values and views, and why, you want to serve them or not.
Well, actually, then, after he told me now that he was a paladin himself, Casimir is going to actually walk back to him and say, "I appreciate your time. I myself am training to join the Order. I am originally from Silvery Moon, family from Neverwinter, and working to join the Order of the Unicorn, Knights of the Unicorn."
The Knights of the Unicorn, interesting. Wow. I'm assuming you wanted to join a new alliance, or is that what your values is?
Say that one more time.
So does he want to join the Gauntlet, or is he saying he's in the Knights of the Unicorn?
No, that's what he's working for.
Oh, okay.
To join the Order of the Unicorn. He hasn't joined it yet.
Yeah.
Right, and so there was a quest that I was charged with setting out on as a task to be part of the Order.
Well, I believe the base of operations you work in Baldur's Gate. Most of them do.
No, I actually worked in Silvery Moon.
Interesting.
Well, perhaps tonight you and I can find a fit time to chat another time. I'd love to learn more about your order and your adventures. But it seems as if now we've got quite a lot on our plate.
Seems like you do, Paladin. Looks like you'll need to learn the way of the Paladin on your own cause. Have your own values. Who do you serve, though? Who's your faith? To
the goddess LaRue.
Well, I hope your path leads you in the right direction.
And I wish the same for you, Sir Knight.
Alright. See you. leave the situation area there. We move towards Pinkle and Epsilon and Nietzsche. What are you guys doing?
You know, I'm going to actually stop Pink. On the way, we pass by what looks like a woodworker's.
It's closed currently and boarded up, as it seems there had been a murder here happened a few days ago.
Yes, that's why I stopped Pinkle and mentioned that. Pinkle, that
Yeah.
the night he mentioned that there was a murder of a woodworker and his family.
Oh, maybe these people know something about it. There's a woodworker shop right here.
Oh,
Brilliant.
oh, Pinkle.
No, I get it. You think maybe it's why it's boarded up and they're not here? That probably makes more sense. Should we peer in the windows? Nope, they're boarded up. Dang.
I am not
What do you
sure.
think, Nietzsche?
Yes.
Well, I'll at least peer at the woodworker shop as we go by. We'll gape. Take time to march into their stuff and inspect their the area around it. Oh, look at those tools. Interesting. Anything out of ordinary? Just a regular old woodworker shop.
Just a woodwork shop.
Well,
With them without them currently out of business, it will see fit. People will suffer down the road.
Is there anyone else in the area around the woodworker shop?
No.
So that is a bummer that everybody needs a good woodworker.
Yes.
However, fortunately, can't do woodworking though. Like carpentry, I wonder if they did, or I wonder if they did more of the carvings and other stuff.
Perhaps
You know
if
what?
we rescue. Yes.
I do have a bit of talent, a little bit with some carpentry skills. If this definitely could be a good place to settle down, if it wasn't so much other stuff going on. We should definitely look into this. I think we should definitely find out what's going on here.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe the Miners Exchange knows what happened with the woodworker.
Ah, they are nearby.
Pinkle looks startled, like he's already deep in thought. Oh, right, the Miners Exchange. We were on our way there. Yes, but as they walk away, he keeps looking back at the woodworker shop. Interesting. Interesting. I do have a proficiency in carpenter's tools. Excellent.
Right.
I don't need to adventure. I can just have a gig as a woodworker.
You make toys for Santa Claus?
Hey, that's elves. Excuse me. Not gnomes.
It could be gnomes.
I'm assuming it's a different kind of elf. Ooh. That dynamic lighting is interesting. Oh, I see, because they're windows. I see.
Yeah, I didn't put windows in, so I just kept them like that. It's easier.
So, Nietzsche, Epsilon, I guess we should have some questions prepared that we want to ask and information we're trying to find out.
Yes, excellent. Well thought.
Nietzsche, you have some questions ready?
Well, the redcoats seem to be staying away from the Miners Exchange, is what I believe the rumors were.
Correct. I'm afraid if we ask them outright, though, and they're in league with the red band, or the red cloaks,
should
the red
find
hoods.
Out.
We should be subtle, and that's my expertise.
Yes, absolutely. If I recall correctly from what people were saying, the overseer of the guild here, her name is Halia, and her reputation as excuse my language, hard ass, I believe is what everyone assumes is keeping the red brands away from her. We should consider that. She is either working with them or she is repelling them through her own means. And we should find out.
Excellent.
Well, we are all three of us are new to the area. Perhaps we could just inquire what's happening in the Miners Guild, just as a general question.
Oh, yes. For example,
And
they must export. Are the caravans being raided as everyone else's are?
that's probably correct. They must have some mines to look at. Something coming in.
Red,
And we could also
did we have any?
So the miner exchange is a trading post where local miners find valuable finds weighed by measure as they are paid out for it. As you can see, the fat at this place is kind of serves unofficial records and registering claims of various streams and excavations around the area. It's a great place to exchange stuff if you want to have some quick coin quickly enough. So if you have lots of gems or other things, you can get some good wealth here quickly enough.
What does the Miners Exchange building look like?
It's a big ass building. It's a one-story building. It's quite large.
Okay.
That means that they have a lot of money and a lot of power.
And
so it's more of a bank.
Utilize
exchange. Got it.
Perhaps they could.
Then miners itself.
What was
Excellent.
that?
I was about to say, perhaps there may be some areas where they would like cryptography for services.
Indeed. Well, let's go in. You first, Ichi. I'm more likely to notice you.
If you're going in first, I will give you guidance.
As at a quick glance, you see obviously a ruthless kind of looking human woman named Halia. She seems fit to rather be the owner of this place and the authority of this place as well. As you can see, she has many tattoos, but they're hidden around her kind of blouse, making sure that no one sees them. As she has jewelry across every finger and kind of piercings across her face as she looks towards you with like this kind of long kind of dark hair with piercing blue eyes. Greetings. What can I help you with?
Greetings and salutations back at you. We're new to the town. My name is Nietzsche. And I have two fellow companions joining me. And we were just interested in your coming here to see what you have and what business you do here.
Now you can see outside and merely around, I buy and sell jewelry as well as coin. For trade, of course. I have fair amounts of coin for the right amount of minerals and ores. Are you adventurers or miners by chance? You don't look like miners at all. Your hands don't look like they've ever touched a rock or a pickaxe in their life.
I am not a miner, that is for sure. And more adventuring. Though I don't know about my two friends here.
Yes, I can see a little one that's trapped in the doorway that I'm going to destroy right now.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Pinkle. I was not paying attention to your struggle.
Fireball.
Well, I just couldn't get through the doorway for whatever
Oh, a gnome. Gnomes are known for jewels.
Indeed we are. I do like jewels. Unfortunately, I'm a little short on cash at the moment, having just come to the area. I'm looking around, hands on the counter, looking, ooh, that one looks nice. Ooh, look at that.
She sells
That's a nice setting.
Diamonds and galore, pearls and whatever not.
So, Out of character, I have a question. If Epsilon looks around, so all of this wealth is centered in this building, what kind of security
You can
measures
see a
are
lot
there?
of the securities glyph words on them. So arcane magic. You can see there are ones with intricate locks, safes, as well as you can tell there's bouncers around. As you can see, one walking with a bald head, kind of heavily, kind of armed with daggers and like looks like he has like poisons and stuff like that. You can also see a tattoo, but again covered, as they don't seem to show the tattoo. As you can tell, they're kind of like they're an alliance of some sort, as nobody will mess with them, as there's probably a downfall if you do.
That answers
They're almost like a mafia, almost like in a sense.
So,
If you don't mind, Epsilon will kind of peek forward and ask, Miss Alia, hello. I sense a lot of many arcane protections around your building here. Are you perhaps a scholar of the arcane arts?
No.
Or is this hired help?
We have the right security for the right reasons. As she kind of looks at you, kind of flipping a coin in the air as she catches it.
Yes, I see.
So you've come here just to ask questions. I'm not interested. If you're here to potentially buy and sell, I'm all ears. Or are you
Wow.
here for those Ruskian's red brands?
Well, we've heard that they've ruffled some feathers in other parts of town. Hopefully, they have not ruffled anything here.
They can try, but they could easily find themselves, well, gutted in the back alleyway. No one messes with Halia.
So, when you Michael is looking at some of the stuff and he looks up, oh, if you say messing with, does that who do they mess with, and how do they mess with them?
I wouldn't
Because
know.
if we're
Could
going
care
to
less.
try and figure them out, well,
But
okay.
if you're interested in a job, certainly. I'm not too sure if you're mercenaries. I can't tell, honestly. Two little small ones and a large fellow. Such a weird individual party you have here.
Looks will be deceiving. Penkel is quite powerful.
Hmm.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
one, I like the fact that you say job because I did come to the area I do have some artisan skills and was considering a couple of things. So I would like to hear more about your job. If also you could tell us more about, we saw the woodworkers next door, as they're your neighbors. We were wondering if you could tell us what you know about them, because that case sounds terrible. The town
don't
should
know
have a
much about
woodworker.
them, honestly. Could care less. Sucks that they're dead. Not my problem. I'm here for my own business and accord, not other individuals' well-being. Of course, I have my own issues with the Red Brand myself, but they have yet to loiter around where I'm at. But they have been loitering around, well, Phandelver itself, especially the Sleeping Giant tap room, and yeah, as well as they found a secret base of operation in Tresman's Manor, east of the edge of town, of course. I'm curious if you're interested in my job at hand. I require a capture of the Red Brand Lita. They call him Glassstaff, I believe. You can capture him and bring him to me, dead or alive, of course. You'll fetch yourself 100 gold pieces.
So,
have you seen him use the staff?
I have not seen the individual, but I do know of his name. The name itself sounds like he's some type of wizard of some sort.
So, if out of curiosity, and that task sounds super interesting, definitely one we will consider. If the red brands aren't bothering you, why do you need them eliminated?
Well, they're bad for business. They've been shooing away my customers. The miners here do not wish to trade in the Phandelver with them being around.
Well, it is a good thing. Henkel, we were already interested in taking care of Glasstar.
Taking care of sounds so interesting.
Well, speaking of business, I would like to look to inquire about our ring, and I do have some gold, but not much, but enough maybe for a small ring that you may have for 4 or 5 gold pieces.
We don't sell rings that cheap around here.
Well, my apologies.
Is that an amethyst? Wow. Look at the size of that one. Look at that cut. Oh.
The cheapest price
I
they
had to
have
get
here is
one of the
25
boxes.
gold pieces.
Easily attained once we collect glass staff for Lady Halia. I suggest we
Look at that.
return.
This is quite the building.
If you're
And I would
rather
like to get some
interested,
business
I would highly suggest checking the Adderley farm. I've heard some rumors of a child been sneaking around, well, around the Tresson Manor. I suppose this child knows a little bit more than he meets, of course. But be careful. The mother tends to be rather protective of her family members.
What was the child's name again? Oh, I'm sorry.
He doesn't say about the child. It's just the location. Eder Leaf Farm.
Eder Leaf Farms. Yeah, sorry, I was distracted by that. Oh, look how nicely they set those in that necklace. Oh.
Are you gonna buy
What a nice
something, or are you
craftsmanship.
gonna just merely look and gloat?
We have accepted a job.
Of course, but I'm a businesswoman. You're merely looking as she's looking at the gnome, just gawing and like drooling.
Come on, gnome, or come on,
Gnome. I
Henkel.
love it.
Oh,
Come on,
sure,
Henkel.
yeah.
We should probably thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you very
And
much. We should definitely come back here again. I like this place.
see if you can get out this time. Oh, good.
Yes, it seemed to work. I didn't get myself locked in the door.
Yeah, those doors are pretty bad.
Well,
All right,
that was
so
quite a building.
Quite a building. Super grumpy. So the red band seemed to skulk around a lot and just be a menace. They didn't really seem to be too terrible, actually. But a lot of people are offering us a lot of money to try and get rid of them. So,
Yes.
too bad that's still not my forte of confronting people. So much easier just to... Ooh, I'm distracted by this woodworker shop again.
Epsilon, I wouldn't say that we should agree to doing a job until we actually agree as a group.
Oh, I'm so
You're
sorry.
getting one step ahead of yourself.
Perhaps I am. I was trying to please Halia. It is what
I
she
see.
wanted to hear.
That she did. She would love that to happen, I'm sure.
And technically, we can accept that job. Didn't say when we'd accomplish it. Not to be a rules lawyer, but
More to think of.
it could be a year from now.
Well, let us discuss with the rest of your group. Our group.
Yes, our group. Let's all head on back.
Our group.
Fred, what are you doing?
Wait.
You're like in the middle of the... Are you back, or are you just like looking in the forest?
I like the forest. Nature is my sidekick. Green like my mask.
Alright, you're all conjoined again in the Stonehill Inn, as it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Almost 3 o'clock.
Well, the
Welcome back, everybody.
miners' Exchange was quite a building.
Did you find any interesting information from them?
We learned
Well-
about. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go right ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Epsilon.
Thank you, Nietzsche. Master Kai, we have learned that the Red Brands are leaving the miners alone. The miners' exchange alone, because they are run by a group of much more capable, dare I say, militaristic people that are well protected, but they are not necessarily interested in protecting the town, though they did offer a reward for the retrieval of the Red Brand leader, Glass Staff, dead or alive.
Sounds like
We had a
those.
look at these altruistic people.
They were all marked. They seemed to be hiding tattoos of some sort, but they were not clearly visible. And they were not interested in answering questions.
And if you want to purchase anything, make sure you have plenty of gold, more than what we normally have.
How about yourselves?
Fred saw Drow.
When we
Indeed.
went and spoke to the man up at the orchard, he thinks Westes is paying off the Red Brands. Sounds very interesting, but maybe not yet surprising. But also, he has a potential another quest for us at a place called the Old Owl Well. There are clearly, apparently there are people there destroying ruins. Northeast here of Phandelver.
Maybe undead.
And then maybe undead. There's a tower there, the containing magic called the Nethru. I believe, and he thinks that there could be trouble stirring there.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Also, speaking of outside of town a bit, there is a farm attached to the village, and apparently there is a child on that farm that perhaps knows a secret that would be useful against the Red Brands.
Yes, something about the place, their secret base, which, quite frankly, I find probably a misnomer, as everyone seems to know about it.
Yes, I
Not a
was
very well
thinking
kept secret.
an open secret. But what I am concerned with, Pinkle, is that everyone in this town sees the problem, but no one will do anything for it. They don't seem to understand that a community is an ecosystem and relies on every piece of itself.
It appears this community is all focusing on themselves and not the community at all.
Bunch of individuals, no actual community. That is true.
That's
Well-
your mayor for you.
That's not great.
Well,
That poor woodworker's family.
Keep in mind that one of the members of their community was supposedly, allegedly murdered, and no one seems to know the reason as to why, and they're probably thinking that they're going to be given the same fate. They'll meet the same fate.
That we should prevent that from happening, is what I suggest from your tone.